Bro, yeah, I'm in the studio back again with another video, guys. Today we're reacting to Stanley animations. The mom I ran over with Yoyo 808 in it. So let's get into it, guys.
I should be in jail or prison or both. And if it wasn't for the fact that I knew that if I got locked up, my cheeks would be clapping more than a black girl's hands when she's about to fight, I would have turned myself in faster than a test I didn't study for.
And I would have turned Stanley in just as fast if it wasn't for the fact that I should be in jail too. See, my brother's good at a lot of things like
Like what?
See, Stanley's a great guy, but he's also bad at a lot of things. You name it. Video games, talking to girls, life.
Okay, they get it. Next topic.
Okay, my fault. And one of those things happened to be moving his arms while simultaneously pressing on a gas pedal.
And for the longest time, the only gas pedal I knew involved twerking because I didn't have any reason to get my license, unlike my brother and sister who got theirs at 18 and 16.
So being the amazing older brother I am, I taught him everything his brain could handle, which wasn't there much.
What he means to say is our parents forced him to teach me how to drive. But Yoyo has the vision of a bat with glaucoma that listens to Fetty Wap. If I was committing a crime, he couldn't even be my lookout. He would just have to be the out. He's the only person I know that can take an eye exam and then have homework afterwards. So I'm not feeling the best having him as my first driving instructor. I'm not gonna lie, like my sister got my
You don't trust him.
dad to teach her, and my dad is basically a Formula One driver. And if you have family,
Their feet can't even touch the pedals.
from the Caribbeans or been to the Caribbean, you know exactly what I mean. Our dad will literally make the car do a somersault, backflip, and woo walk before missing an exit. So I wanted him to teach me how to drive, but our sister ruined it for me because when my dad taught her how to drive at an empty storage unit, she almost ran into one of the units before my dad even got a chance to get into the passenger seat. So my dad had to literally dive at the car, turn the steering wheel from the window, and when he fell, the back tire was literally inches from his face.
So I understand why he neglects to live out that trauma a second time, because if my daughter tried to turn me
He lucky his head didn't get smashed by that wheel.
to a Dance Revolution doormat by running me over, the next steps she learns better be to the pearly gates, because I am not dying alone.
Me and Yoyo hop in our mom's car and start driving down the street. And honestly, everything's going great, partially because he's a good teacher. But I've watched enough Need for Speed and played enough GTA to know that green means go, red means stop. And if someone honks their horn at me, all I gotta do is down, left, right to spawn a rocket launcher and delete their existence. So I'm talking to Yoyo like, bro, I honestly think I'm good. This driving thing is easy. So he's like,
All right, bet. Last thing though, before we go inside, I want you to drive through this neighborhood.
weird, but okay. So I pull into this neighborhood, right? And it's dead. There was no one outside. It was so empty that I thought the baby was performing. While I was
What he do, drive through a ghost town neighborhood?
driving, my brother is giving me instructions. And one of the tips he told me was, yo, so when you're driving through a neighborhood, it's important to prioritize hovering your foot over the brakes instead of leaving it on the gas pedal. And he points at the brake. So I look down at the brakes, and in a split second, that's all it took. I hear
Stanley, watch out!
2 milliseconds that I looked to where my brother pointed. There was a kid that ran into the street. And then I can hear a woman chasing after the kid, but I don't see her. All of this is happening in like 2 seconds, so my mind is all over the place. The kid is in the middle of the road, and the mother is running out towards the road. And all I could think about is how me and this kid are both gonna be ran through if I go to jail. So I clutch the steering wheel, slam on the brakes, the mom dives at the front of the car, boom! Mom is on the floor with the kid.
They're in trouble, dude. This is a serious matter.
I'm looking at Yoyo looking at me. Automatically, I'm thinking, yo, we wasting time. We have to hide these bodies. But luckily, the woman on the ground gets on a knee and starts to thank us. I'm like, oh my God, I thought I just killed you. I thought I just murdered someone. She was thanking us for not hitting her kid, and she was apologizing for letting him roam into the street. Whole time she was apologizing, I didn't even think about her or the kid. I was already planning my escape.
And I was fully convinced Stanley turned him into a life-size sticker on some
He
flat
thought he hit him. He was about to freak out so bad.
Stanley shit. On some flat Stanley shit. On some flat. If it wasn't for the fact that she got up and apologized, I'm pretty sure we would have caught life in prison.
No, don't put me in that. You would have caught life in prison, because in that moment, it dawned upon me that I would have been off the grid. They're not gonna find me. See what I did there? Donda off the grid. We go home, me and Yo-Yo do not say a single word of this to our parents. I set down the keys, and guess what? I did not drive for the next 4 years.
For the next 4 years, he got shook up, man. He got shook up. He got too scared.
So, don't text and drive. I think that's the moral.
Don't text and drive.
The moral is wear your seatbelt.
Hold on. But that's the odd ones outs thing.
You're right. Don't wear your seatbelt and text then. Sounds good?
Sounds good to me.
Bet.
Yo, what's good? Welcome to the end of the video, man. I hope.
Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. I'll be back with more videos, and I'm out.